Happy Thursday, friends. Welcome back into the Golden Tee Lounge. Well, it's technically Thursday when you're seeing this video, but while you are watching this, probably on Thursday afternoon, I will be getting ready for the next National Golden Tee Tour event down in Nashville, the Music City Classic, getting things set up with our friends at Power Events. GoldenTee.com, PEGTtour.com for more information. If you happen to be within walking, driving, bicycling, flying, whatever distance of Nashville, get out to this tournament. Starts tonight at 7 p.m. with closest to the pin handicap tournament on Friday, and then the main event qualifier kicks off Saturday with bracket play on Sunday. We'll be streaming all weekend long, but if you have the chance to get out there, go ahead and do so. As we now switch over to our Freaky Friday preview, this is our Design-A-Hole Open, a mashup of the past 14 Design-A-Hole winners with a couple of duplicates in between, but also a very special introduction to this year's 2022 Design-A-Hole winner on hole 16 in Nordalene, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. Kicking things off the only way we possibly could with a drivable par 5 Coconut Beach number 11. Before I forget, if you have not heard the news, we are of course once again partnering with Callaway. We've extended the Design-A-Hole entry submission period to Monday, August 29th. So get in your submissions, GoldenTee.com/DAH for more details, designaholeatitsgames.com to send those in. Whether it's a CAD file, a 3DS file, written on a scrap napkin from the bar or in crayons, we don't care. We just want to see your best submissions of Golden Tee created holes. Winner gets their very own Golden Tee PGA Tour Home Edition coming very soon. So a lot more on the line than just a regular Golden Tee Home Edition. And of course, great Callaway clubs and prizes to our top 10 players. So now that I got that out there before I forget, we're kicking things off. Drivable par 5, Coconut Beach, number 11. Not a good start, but the important thing, as always, I will continue to stress, daily contest, play as many times as you want in a 24-hour period. Much better chip than I actually thought it would have been. But anytime you have an opportunity to chip in for double eagle, much less putt in for it, is a great one. So if you end up like with me with an eagle after the first hole, it is not the end of the world. You'll have another chance at Coconut Beach later in the round. Our next Design-A-Hole winner, you can kind of see it hiding back there, Island Green by Gordon Fostich, 2013 winner. Very fun par 3. At least for our instance here, nice and straightforward. You can avoid the trees, hopefully avoid the sand traps. Oh, that has such a good line, but it is short, a little to the left. We'll take some GSPs with it. GoldenTee.com/locations to find a PGA Tour or a Golden Tee Live game that has been updated to 2022 near you to play in tomorrow's contest. Our very first Design-A-Hole winner, The Falls by David Hollingshead from St. Charles, Missouri. Can't believe that this contest is already 15 years old. It is great. This is a lot of fun. If you've never played it before, well, guess what? You've got 2 opportunities to do so. Black Hills, number 15. It is called The Falls for a reason, because you got this big old waterfall in the middle. Thankfully for this setup here, and again, this is a preview, not a guarantee you'll see the same setup tomorrow, but if it's juicy enough, if it's scoreable enough for all of us, especially a hack like me, we might make some magic happen to get this in production for Friday. I'm going to high tee a 5 wood here with roll. I'm just going to hit it straight. We're going right off the wall, baby. Maybe not a 5 wood, because I didn't think I'd be hitting that dead on. But you've got a massive green here, so plenty of room to work with. Now, if you're like me and you get past a certain point, it's like 75, 80 feet, there's what people call the turbo putt. So you might want to pull back to the to the C while pushing that forward for some of those farther distances. 6 wood, probably the better option there for that hole. Number 4, Tahiti Cove, Tropical Torment, 2009 contest winner, typically number 7 of Tahiti Cove. This is a tough par 5. Plenty of different areas to lay up, but you also have to be careful because more water in your way. So if you can't get it past the trees on the left-hand side, you can come down here to the right-hand side, and there's a nice little hiding spot. You just want to make sure that you get it in between and above those trees. Either way, nice clean shot at double eagle here for hole 4. I knew it. I wasn't going to say it right at the cusp of great shot points, but getting an eagle, always a good thing here. As we move on to Sparkling Waters, number 5. Where's our great design hole sign? It's hiding around here somewhere. Bear Valley. Couple of different ways to play this hole, although not too many options in today's contest. You can go around to the right, play a 5-wood or a high 5-wood. You can go around to the top left here, but you've got a big cluster of trees. And where Jim Z put this tee box alongside the design hole winner, I'm going to go ahead and go to the right-hand side. I'm going to just go throw a 3-wood out here because what I want to do, I want to avoid the walls of rocks here, but I want to just hit this green, this massive green, and backspin across as we say hello to Yogi the Bear in the background there. You'll end up with a little bit of a longer putt unless you hit it harder. But to me, that's the more safer option than trying to go around the left side of the rocks, hit it hard enough to get above those trees, and still land the green. I've played that shot plenty of times and landed in the rough. So around the right-hand side might be the better way to go. As we get to hole 6, Timber Bay, number 6, the Lighthouse 2010 winner. This one is a fun spot because you're going to have to probably hit a low driver through these trees. The other thing you can do is probably hit a 5-wood in between them. Or what I'm going to do is just play it safe because Kevin, trees and water all go hand in hand. I'm going to high tee an 8-wood. I'm going to blow it right past those trees and then hope the wind blows it to the green. It's a little short. Don't go in the water. It's in the water. So tough look there. Not the end of the world. By any means. But if you hit the 6-wood, hit it harder. You may be able to finesse a 5-wood, cutting it against the wind. I just didn't trust myself there. Clearly didn't hit the ball hard enough either. We get to hole 7, Ryland, number 11. This is a really fun design hole. Old Mill. We've seen tons of crazy shots of the week over the years. A lot of interesting ways to play this. You've got an 8-mile-an-hour wind blowing to the left, so I'm going to just go ahead and probably throw a 6-wood out there, get over those trees. If we were closer to this little building right here, you could actually go past. I don't trust that my 5-wood is going to get under there in time, so we're going to just go ahead and hit 6 around those trees. Maybe actually go in the hole. That'd be great. Honestly, anytime you can end up here and putt in for eagle, to me, is a really good tee shot. Hole number 8, Baja Rhea 13. Last year's design hole winner. Our fancy new sign, not facing the way we needed to, but thankfully for our Freaky Friday, at least the preview setup, pretty simple shot. Take a 6-iron right over those trees. No big deal. Get to Dusty Bend, number 12. You've seen this a couple times recently. It's just so good. Abandoned Rail Yard, David Donovan, 2011 winner out of Canada. Probably one of the more complex, and I say complex in terms of objects and opportunities here. We're going to go ahead and just take a 6-wood high tee with roll. We're going to blast it right over the water tower. Don't have to hit it too hard. You can see I only hit it 125 with some roll. I am using the grabbers just like always. And then we're, what, 10 feet away from the hole? 11 feet. It's just there. So as we get to the back nine, 13 under, not the best score, but not awful. Again, play as many times as you want in the daily contest. Then, number 10, Jamaica Bay, number 8. Just going to soft a little 6-wood there. Probably softed it just too much. Or too little, excuse me. But luckily for you, because we only have 14 design hole winners right now, 18 holes, we are going to run Jamaica Bay, number 8, right back. Because you're going to get a completely different look. And this is just such a fun design hole. It's also a lot more fun if you hit the damn ball, which apparently is not in my arsenal today. So, good luck. See if I can break out the old 5 hybrid for birdie. Nope, instead we're going to probably have an even worse layup shot. So, when you go back-to-back on Jamaica 8 here in the Freaky Friday Design Hole Contest, please hit better shots than I did. These setups aren't that hard. I'm just terrible. And this is how I warm up for the Nashville tournament, is playing terrible Freaky Friday golf. It's all right. It happens. Hole number 12, Winding Pines, number 11. Another par 5. Do not see too many of those with design hole winners. Couple different options. You can play it safe, lay it up over here, or you can lay it up here. The problem with laying it up on any of these fairway areas is you're going to have to navigate some trees. The tried and true shot that I'm going to hit, if I can hopefully avoid these trees, is just high tee driver into the mulch. Don't worry if you hit a tree branch like I did, except if you land in a bush like I just did, because the mulch, for the most part, will take this shot. It'll slow your ball down, but it won't slow it down too much. So it's a pretty easy eagle opportunity. Again, I landed in the perfect spot of right in front of a bush, so I had to hit a soft driver to play it safe. But to me, that's always been the easier layup spot than trying to navigate it, because it'll give you a straight shot at the pin for a approach shot versus being in some of those layup spots. Hole 13, Caddy Beach, number 12, Lannon's Landing. Winner from a few years ago. This is actually a pretty tough setup. Going to require a driver, maybe not a massively crushed driver like I hit there. The nice thing is that the wind's blowing towards the green and towards the pin, and you avoid the big old mountain that you could potentially roll off of for shot of the week, or you could roll off and land in the water, and then it's a pretty tough drop spot. So happy with that, even though it's only a birdie for me. Now, number 14, Ryland, number 11. This is kind of what I was talking about earlier. You get a little bit closer to the structure. You get a little more comfortable hitting a 5-wood underneath. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Hit the 5-wood. You may go too far, which is fine, but you land in the sand, and as long as you're not butted up against the outside edge of that, you can chip in for eagle. So not a lot of good drivable, like let's get the ace on design a hole, Ryland number 11, but at least still good shots that you can approach pretty decently. Hole number 15, our 2017 contest winner, the Knee by Dan Crouch. This one's actually a pretty short setup, so you're just going to take high tee driver, blow it over to this next fairway. You avoid the water. For the most part, you're going to be able to avoid the sand trap here. Again, I have super spin iron, so I can get away with just throwing my shot out there. Wind's blowing towards the green. If this could go in, that would make me feel better. Oh well. Yeah, look at that. I did not... Again, I didn't call shotties because I had a feeling that I was going to be just on the cusp, but thankfully the Golden Tee gods thought I was deserving of it. So, Black Hills 15. Again, I told you earlier you're going to see this one again. No reason to ever not just go right for it. I got to be honest. Here's a perfect example. Some people have gone through the waterfall. I don't think that shot really is as playable as it used to be. Pin in the top far left area of the green, so it's going to be a tough shot. I'm going to break out high tee 3-wood with roll, because what I want to do is just clip that rock and get it as far as I can close to that pin there. It's probably 60-yard putt, or 60-foot putt, excuse me, 50. I'm not good at math or distances, but the important thing, putting in for eagle. And then, of course, we take you back to Coconut Beach, number 11. Unfortunately, this 16-mile-an-hour wind is perfect to try to drive it. Tough pin spot. Obviously, at 458, you're not driving this hole. So all you're going to want to do here is use that wind to your advantage. Lay up here. You can go with a 3-wood or a 10.5. I think we're just going to roll our 3-wood. Oh, if this could go in, that'd be great. Oh, do it. Come on. Damn it. That's exactly what I wanted to do, minus the fact that it didn't drop in the bottom of the hole. But you have to be conscious of the slight elevation change. But as long as you hit that green first with a 3-wood or even a 10.5 driver if you're farther back, you shouldn't have any issues putting in for eagle on that hole. And then the big reveal for hole 18, Nordalene, number 16. This year's Design a Hole winner. And I'm very sorry in advance. Let's be honest. I should not have made this hole 18, but it's so hard not to. Probably one of the hardest holes in Golden Tee history. This year's winner. I knew when we chose this hole, and there's a couple other tee boxes you'll see throughout the Design a Hole, or throughout the contest time. Yes, there we go. Cliff's Edge by Brad Tuttle from South Carolina. 41 yards. Unfortunately, you can't putt it. And at least for you guys in this setup, the water is frozen ice. So you don't have to worry about losing a ball, but I don't know if you really want to end up in that valley. I have never actually played this hole for a good reason. I wanted the first time that I played it to be special. Special can mean a lot of things. I'm just going to soft my little 5 hybrid and hope that I don't hit the wall in one. Now, let me tell you, the fact this water turns to ice like our old friend Summit Lakes back in the day doesn't always happen. So when you actually play this hole in Nordalene, when the course comes out in a few months, good luck. I got nothing else to say. I'm sure I will be shamed by a bunch of players. Oh yeah, look at that. I softed the heck out of that 5 hybrid. Oh, that would have been great. I don't know. Oh, I lied. It looked like it was frozen, but it wasn't. And actually that shot, oh no, it did hit the rock. So it almost one-hopped right into the, yeah, so that water is deceiving because it looks frozen, but it's not. At least for what will ultimately be this tomorrow's Freaky Friday contest, because I really like all the setups here. I'm sure I will get tons of in-person hate mail from players in Nashville, and I can't wait to see your comments, text, and email. So, goldentee.com/locations, find a PGA Tour 2022 New Year. We'll see you guys next time. Hopefully, we'll see you guys all weekend long. If not, check out Golden Tee's YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch for all in the Nashville coverage.